Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back at it again with some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero speculation and predictions. Let's go ahead and talk about the entire roster. A lot of y'all have been asking and requesting that I do a video talking about basically the entire full list of characters that we could potentially see in this game on the final build, final release, right? Now, keep in mind, what we saw at the very end of the trailer, I don't think that's going to be all the characters that we'll get. It might, or most likely will be what we'll get in the base game roster, but y'all know, okay, modern games these days, lots of DLC will happen. So there's always potential for a ton of DLC characters. This game could last like 10 years probably, almost like Xenoverse 2. Okay, there is potential that this game will be extended for several years to come, okay? But we'll see, all right? We're jumping too far ahead with it. So, as you guys know, people have already counted the amount of character slots that were shown at the very end of the trailer, and they totaled it up to be 164, okay? So, again, I don't exactly know how they're going to handle, you know, if they're going to be bringing back all the old characters, because I don't think that's going to be possible to have all the new characters and bring back every single old character. I mean, just from this count that we have right here, again, I'm not confirming 100% that's going to be the case, but, you know, this is supposed to be a direct sequel. Okay, this is literally Tenkaichi 4, as the producer stated, like this is the next iteration in the series, right? So they might actually have to cut some characters from just the base roster, okay? Keep in mind, we could always see them as DLC. I don't like the idea of that. I hope that we'll get every single character, but realistically, that just seems to be what it is, because 164 is the count that we're seeing right here, but in Tenkaichi 3, with all the transformations included, there were only 161 characters. I say only, that's a lot, right? But that's including transformations. I believe there were around, I would say like 98. It was a little less than 100 characters, like, you know, separate, unique characters total, right? So, obviously, this list that they're showing will include transformations as well, okay? And you guys know, a lot of characters, especially, you know, from Dragon Ball Super, they got a lot of transformations, right? Okay, if we're counting the Saiyans, you know, from Universe 6, Kaba, you know, Kale, Caulifla, and Kefla, that's, you know, adding on even more and more forms, okay? So let's go over some of the different versions of this roster that people have created. First and foremost, I want to say massive shout out to the homie, Zank. He's the GOAT, okay? Love this dude, good friend in the community. Been friends with him for several years. He posted this right here. So he said, so far what I managed to make out with the Sparking Zero roster that they showed, okay, what he's trying to convey here is that they're all separated into most likely the potential sagas, right? Or like specific, like they're organized, okay? They're definitely organizing it on this list, because if they were going to show just all the characters, they would all had them just, you know, right next to each other, but they're all kind of spread out here, okay? And it makes a lot of sense from what you're seeing. You can kind of identify that the top portion looks to be Super Warriors, okay? Or potentially original, like they originated from Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball series, okay? And then we have, you know, like I said, Piccolo right there, which is going to be more of like early Z / end of, you know, Dragon Ball kind of stuff right there. Then we have Frieza, but that's the DBS version of Frieza. But I think they're just putting him there because Frieza is going to be, you know, with his Frieza Saga variant, even though that is the DBS version. Then we have, as you can see, like the Android Saga up there in the corner, okay? Because, you know, we see the you know, Android Saga, Cell Saga, you know, Goku Mid and everything up there too, that they're kind of considering it, because I made a mistake, my bad, because I was playing Tenkaichi 4 a lot, the mod, and what they did was they gave Goku Mid the armor from the Cell Saga, okay, the Saiyan armor that he wore, but Goku Mid is supposed to be late Frieza Saga, early Android Saga, okay, that's what it's supposed to be, because he does have the Yardrat costume on Goku Mid, but I think it's just Goku Mid Yardrat costume, and then his just normal, you know, thing that his normal gi that he wears, right, during the Frieza Saga. So we have that going on. Then down there we have the Saiyan Saga, as you can see, from Goku early and Scouter Vegeta with Grade 8. Then we have Buu Saga and I guess Cell Saga over there, because, you know, Mr. Satan was introduced in the Cell Saga, but Buu Saga is kind of, you know, down there. You can see the different versions like Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku and stuff. Then we have DBS, I guess, Broly kind of section, which, I mean, those are just DBS. I know that's DBS Broly, but that's supposed to be Goku Super. So this is all, you know, the bottom middle to bottom. I don't know directions. Bottom right and bottom middle. That's supposed to be all Dragon Ball Super stuff. Okay, so it's a big roster with a lot of good organization, which I like. Okay, I'm sure at the end of every new trailer that we'll get, we'll see more and more of these slots getting filled, okay? This is starting to look like something from, like, Super Smash Bros., right? It's like Smash Bros. Ultimate, okay? So shoutouts to Rodrigo here. He said, I put together a list that I wish for the games cast. Now, keep in mind, okay, all this that I'm showing in this video, it's all speculation. None of this is confirmed, okay? He says, it's focusing initially on the characters from Z and Super as seen in trailers. I imagine that new characters will come through as DLC, such as GT movies and special sagas, or you know TV specials and stuff. Okay, for example, a GT pack, special pack, etc. Again, I don't like the idea of that, but that could be what ends up happening, just because, like I said, there's only 164 slots, and it seems like they might actually want to focus more on just, like, you know, basic stuff that we've seen from the original canon series, okay? And then they'll add all the non-canon shit after, okay? And I'm not saying that GT, you know, or like Super, or I'm not trying to, you know, say canon, non-canon. I really don't want to say that, but realistically, okay, everything from OG Dragon Ball to DBZ to Dragon Ball Super is all stuff that's part of the core main series, okay? I know GT's very popular and we love it, but if you look through the history of the Dragon Ball games and everything, Dragon Ball GT and the movies, okay, those are all usually they categorize those together. The GT and movies timeline are all together, okay? Dragon Ball Heroes does a good job of kind of, you know, conveying that idea. I think they released like 2 different cards, and they showed one of, I think it was Ultra Instinct Goku or Super Saiyan Blue Goku or something like that. It was mainly him, and behind him, he had every single, I think they're all villains or just characters that were part of OG Dragon Ball, DBZ, and Super. Okay, that was one separated, you know, timeline. Okay, the other timeline had Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and he had all the movies and, you know, GT characters together. Okay, so that seems to be how they're organizing Dragon Ball as a whole, right? So that might actually be what ends up happening. Is I hate the idea of this, okay, because, you know, we've grown up with Tenkaichi 3 and everything, and that had Super Saiyan 4, that had movie characters, that had everything, right? But because they want to really focus on a lot of the new Dragon Ball Super characters, which we never got in the old series, it could be that, you know, the base roster has that. But again, don't worry. One way or another, we're going to get all the characters, okay? They'd be stupid not to capitalize on that. But because the base roster is so massive and they're just too many, okay, we might see them as DLC. They usually do that in a lot of games, okay, especially like fighting games and stuff. They'll have like a bunch of new characters that they add in, but old characters from, you know, from the older games and, you know, the series, they'll end up returning as like DLC, okay? Again, you can, you know, be upset about that if you want. I'm not confirming that. I'm just saying that that would make sense, right? So he had his whole roster and everything, and I think it looks really solid. But I do want to go over just the entire roster. I mean, like, you're seeing it right here. Like, this looks very, very realistic. Okay, I'm not seeing anything on here that I'm like, I don't think that they would be a character or blah blah blah. Right? He has every single, you know, major significant character that would be part of the main, that has been part of the main series from, you know, Tenkaichi 3 and everything, that you could play as. And he added all the forms and everything for characters from Dragon Ball Super. Like, for example, we have like Frost and his buff max power Frost form. We have Kale, Caulifla, all their transformations and stuff. We have Ribrianne right there, but I feel like they would give us her base form, but maybe not. Okay, maybe not. All right, they're just mainly, you know, he definitely focused on all the characters that actually did shit, right? Like, I know people want to have playable God of Destruction and all that, but I don't know. We'll have to see what ends up happening. So the roster that I'm going to mainly focus on, because this is including a bunch of different characters, right, is going to be from Reflux here. Okay, shout out to him. He's the homie. He made a big roster and everything. The second page that he made is there's some memes on it, so obviously, you know, we'll address that, but let's go over everything, okay? Like I said, I know this video is gonna be kind of long, but he organized everything pretty good, right? So we have OG Dragon Ball stuff up here, you know, your Kid Gokus and stuff. Kid Chi-Chi, I definitely think would return. That would make a lot of sense just because, you know, we got to have some more unique characters, right? We got to have more OG Dragon Ball characters. We definitely need more female characters. So hopefully Chi-Chi is playable, okay? We got a Great Ape, you know, full power, max power Roshi. Then we move on to, you know, DBZ stuff, Kid Gohan, Frieza Saga. Everything's looking pretty good so far, okay? We got Android 19, absolutely. Where's Zero? I'm not seeing... Oh, there he is. Yeah, he was right there under him. Yeah, we have Gohan, Videl. So, like, Gohan's family has been separated up here. Then we have, like, you know, future characters, like future Gohan, Trunks, and everything. I like that they... the picture he added for Gohan was the one from the... with the green tracksuit. That's funny. So now we have... Now this is kind of weird how he categorizes and organizes it, but I guess he was just, you know, doing it to... He was just probably adding characters, right? So we have Beerus and... I like how he put Beerus and Dispo together. That's hilarious because they kind of look the same, even though they're completely different, you know, animals, right? One's a bunny and one's a cat. We have Krillin, like Super Warrior stuff. Then we have Majub and Oob, which I guess is kind of funny. Piccolo, I definitely think Giant Piccolo will be playable in this game. I pray that he is, right? It would make sense because, you know, they're adding giant characters, okay? Then we have Uzaru Gohan, which is funny because Uzaru Gohan and Uzaru Goku are pretty much exactly the same in a sense, right? Piccolo base or whatever. We have Cell Saga, Mecha Frieza. I hope Mecha Frieza returns. That'd be great. The androids, then we have, you know, Android Saga / Cell Saga versions of Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, and Super Saiyan 2, but his adult version. He did add, obviously, you know, Teen Gohan 2 as well, don't worry. We have Ultimate Gohan, Gohan Beast, okay? Now that's the question, will Gohan Beast and Orange Piccolo be part of the base roster? I hope so. I really hope they don't go the DLC route, but we'll see. Gotenks, yes, absolutely. Bardock, yes, absolutely Bardock. Broly, did he include... Okay, he did include all the forms of Broly. I definitely think DBZ Broly's got to have all his forms. But, again, I don't know if they would be included. Like, same thing with Bardock and stuff. Would they be included in the base roster? Or would because they're kind of in that weird, not non-canon, I'm saying, but, you know, movies, TV specials, GT timeline, would they be included? I don't know, man. I don't know. But again, like I said, just to reiterate, I think that even though this is the roster I'm focusing on just because it has everything, it's going to eventually have everything when I show it. They might be going the main series timeline, okay? So everything's looking pretty good. You know, we have some Boo Saga stuff down there, Saiyan Saga, Cell Saga stuff, Ultra Instinct. So this right here is a good circle of all Goku's DBS forms and stuff. Then we have DBS Broly, Gogeta and stuff, Merge Zamasu. We definitely need Corrupted. Absolutely. Yes, Goku Black, 100%. Easy money. Goten Trunks, Frost, and everyone. Let's keep going. Majin Vegeta. Yes. Yeah, I think, again, Super Gogeta from DBZ. Don't know if he would actually be in the base roster. Hope so. You know, we'll see. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good. Kid Buu. Yeah, all the forms of Buu. Yes, give me all the forms. I want Buu Tanks. I want Buu Han. I don't know. I can't remember if Tenkaichi 3 had Buccolo or the Piccolo version of Buu. We saw him for like a split second, right, in the anime. I don't know if they would do that. Hopefully they would, but it would be cool, right? Topo, yes. Give me all transforming Topo. Yeah, I want base form that can transform and the God of Destruction. Then we have Trunks. I do want to see all his forms. I want him to have Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan Rage. I want all that shit, okay? They better not fuck that up and skimp out on that, right? Broly, I want his base form. I want Fury. I want Super Saiyan. And I want full power, okay? Frost, give me all his forms. I want his... I mean, all the shit that was shown in the anime, give it to me, right? They better not fuck that up. Hit and his Awoken... what do we call that? I forget the name of that. Shit, what was the name of Hit's form? Pure Progress, that's what it was. Kale and Caulifla, I already know. Somebody already commented on Reflux's post and they got all pissy about oh, Universe 6 Saiyans, I hope they don't take up a lot of slots. Well, they most likely will because they had, because they're Saiyans, they had their forms, right? So Kaba, definitely give me Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, which, I mean, that's not hard to do, right? You're just making basic little edits to the hair, okay? Cauliflower, I want her regular Super Saiyan and SSJ2. I want Kale's base. I want her, her controlled Super Saiyan, and I want her Berserk form. Kefla, yes, give me all Kefla. Definitely give me Kefla's, Super Saiyan 2 as well with this, because, it looked very similar. It was very hard to tell the difference. Jiren full power and all that. Would they add this dude, Anilaza, whatever the fuck his name was? That was a giant character. So yeah, give me that dude because he was giant. That would be sick. I always forget the name of this fucker. If y'all wanted this fucker, great. I really don't care about him. But yeah, we're gonna get Bergamo, and I hope we get giant Bergamo. That would be sick, right? So let's move on here. This is kind of more of the DLC kind of route, okay? I think it'd be cool if we got copy Vegeta, right? And we got some baby, Vegeta and all that stuff. Yeah, GT characters. I really hope that they are not going to be DLC. We'll see, though. We'll see. But that's why I like Reflux's thing, because he kind of added in some stuff. Now, this is funny because he has, again, I'm not saying that these are all characters that are, non-canon. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of them have to do with GT movies and just extra characters, right? I definitely think the entire Ginyu Force will be part of the base roster. And same thing with, Bobbity and all them. But we'll see. I don't know how they're going to handle DLC. And we have a lot of movie stuff, Fasha and all them. They were all part of, the original Tenkaichi series. I almost said Bergamo. Botamo and Magetta, whatever the fuck. Yeah, more giant characters. Ribrianne, Kakunza. Is Rosie on here? Did he include Rosie? I don't know. I can't see. I don't think so. That's hilarious. Unless I'm going blind here. Yeah, Janemba and all them. I mean, you're seeing it, right? You're seeing it. I definitely think if they're gonna include Bergamo, we would have Basil and Lavender, right? BoJack movie. What is this guy's name? Garlic Jr. World's Strongest. Dr. Wheelo. Yeah, everything's looking pretty solid. We have more Dragon Ball characters up there. Let's keep going. Arale, okay. Would Arale be in the base game? Hopefully. Nam, I hope Nam does return. Somebody made a video, or they're making videos. They said, I will upload something about, I will upload Nam content every single day until he's confirmed playable in Tenkaichi 4. So shout outs to that guy. I think, how do you pronounce their names? The Universe 6 Namekians. Is it Sal, Nell, and Peruna? Now, this is some weird shit. Again, this could be DLC. Miratawa, Xenoverse characters, okay? Or Dragon Ball Online characters. We'll just call them the Xenoverse series characters. That would be sick if we got them as DLC, okay? Same thing with, game original characters would be badass as fuck. Android 21, the waifu. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. Banyu, the most forgettable Dragon Ball character next to Torable. Come on, man. For real. We need him. General Dildo, the Rildo with all his... This right here is the true Dildo form. Okay, this is General Dildo right here. So we have Rildo, we have Mecha Max Power, or whatever the fuck this one is, and then we have Dildo, the Rildo. Okay? And then more Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Did he include Cell Max on here? Dr. Rhoda, just taking up the entire bottom roster, right? I think he forgot Cell Max unless he included him in the base. Did he include him in the base? I'm trying to see here. It would be, I guess, next to Cell, right? Yeah, he did. Okay, cool. And then the last thing, I don't know why Supreme Kai time is all the way over there. That's funny. But again, he had it a little bit more or less organized, but for the most part, everything's pretty good. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed if they don't include GT. I think, I think what they'll do is they'll include all the GT forms of Goku and Vegeta, at least. I hope so, because there's no way I'm going to pay for DLC for Super Saiyan 4 or Gogeta, okay? This is the most broken character in every Dragon Ball game, and the fact that they wouldn't have this version of the base roster would kind of make me pissed off. I'm going to be the first in line to pay for it, though, if he does get added, right, as DLC, because, obviously he was DLC in Fighters, which I think was kind of stupid. But, I mean, if you think back to Xenoverse 1, Super Saiyan 4, was DLC as well, right? Which is kind of ass, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see how they handle it. Again, it's still so early on. We cannot predict how they're going to have it. These are just my own speculation with it, right? Who the fuck wants this character? Who the fuck wants some of these Casserole's fine. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is, the guy in the green, and then her. If we get him, great. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna complain or anything, or I'm not saying that, like, I don't want these characters, but I'm just saying, like, if it's down to fill in the slots and you only have a set number of slots, you know, fuck this guy, and this guy, right? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What characters you want to see? Just a fun overall video. Like, subscribe, ring my notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.